Starting and running a poultry farm can be lucrative, but the costs of feeds, equipment, structure, and other necessities can quickly add up, leaving farmers with very little profit. However, with some strategic planning and creativity, you can cut down on expenses without compromising the well-being of your chickens. In this video, we'll explore 5 practical ways for poultry farmers to cut costs without sacrificing the quality of care for their chickens. So stick around until the end. Starting a poultry farm begins with securing starting capital. Depending on your goal, you can start with 100 chickens or even 500 or more. The costs can be overwhelming, but if you're serious, start with what you can manage rather than planning without acting. If you can manage only 10 chickens, start with 10 and remain focused. The following tips will help you cut production costs and yield huge profits in poultry farming. Stay tuned as I take you through them one by one. First, let's talk about housing. Many people fail to start their poultry farm because they can't afford to build a good chicken coop. Opting for a do-it-yourself (DIY) approach can dramatically reduce expenses. Involve yourself in the construction process using second-hand materials like previously used iron sheets. This approach not only saves money, but also gives you a better understanding of the infrastructure, making future modifications or repairs more manageable. Remember, chickens don't mind how nice or shiny the house is. What matters is a waterproof, well-aerated house with adequate space. I'll make a video on how to construct a chicken house, including the measurements and capacity for layers, broilers, multi-purpose chickens, and local chickens. Next is feed management. Feed costs typically make up a significant portion of a poultry farm's expenses. To optimize feed usage, understand the nutritional requirements of your flock. With this knowledge, you can formulate a customized feed that meets their nutritional needs without overfeeding or underfeeding. There are 2 effective ways to cut costs on chicken feed. One way is by using concentrates. A concentrate is a mixture of ingredients that supply proteins in sufficient concentration. When mixed with grain like broken maize, according to the mixing instructions, it produces a balanced feed for the specified class or age of chicken. About 60% of a complete chicken feed is made up of grains like maize and wheat. If you can buy grains from the local community at a low cost, it reduces the overall feed cost. Buy and stock grains during the harvesting season when prices fall. For example, in my area, a kilogram of maize can be sold for 1 cent during the harvest season and rise to 2 cents or more after a few months. Another most effective way to cut feed costs is by making your own feed using locally available ingredients. Although cheaper, it requires extra knowledge. If you're not confident, it's better to buy commercial feed and get a small profit, rather than risking everything. Fortunately, I've made 3 videos on making cheap, nutritious chicken feed using local ingredients for layers, broilers, sasso, curoilers, and local chickens. Check out the playlist I will put on screen at the end of this video, and if you are new here, please subscribe and turn on notification bell for more tips about poultry keeping. Now, let's talk about health management. Preventive health measures are essential for your bird's well-being and for saving money on veterinary expenses. Develop and strictly adhere to a vaccination schedule. Implement biosecurity measures to prevent disease introduction and spread. Maintain proper sanitation by regularly cleaning chicken houses and equipment. Conduct routine health checks and promptly address any signs of illness. Isolate infected birds and commence treatment as soon as possible. Prioritizing your flock's health through proactive measures is a smart and cost-effective approach. Another crucial way to save costs is efficient water management. Implement rainwater harvesting by placing barrels or tanks to collect and store rainwater. Use this water for drinking and non-drinking purposes, such as cleaning equipment, thus lowering your water bills. If you're finding this video helpful, please like it before we proceed to the last tip. Lastly, improvise where necessary. For instance, feeders, drinkers, brooding paper, and other equipment can be improvised using old items like newspapers. Over time, I'll share techniques for improvising free equipment and tools necessary for everyday activities on a poultry farm. In conclusion, successfully managing a poultry farm on a budget requires strategic planning, creativity, and a commitment to your flock's well-being. By implementing these 5 practical ways, poultry farmers can save money and get better returns. Tap on the video on screen right now to discover more about making cheap chicken feed. Thank you for watching. See you there.